Oh, hello. Welcome to another video, and today, which is probably going to be the last in the My Kill Team series, we're going to look at my Astra Militarum kill team, which is entirely made up of Tempestus Scions. So I'm going to quickly go through how I painted these. It's a full Tempestus Scion team. I don't know if it's particularly good. It's not something I've made for Kill Team 2020, although I did go back and pull off the arms off one of them and replace and change the special weapon and repaint that. I think it was the melter gun that I repainted the most recently. The reason being, obviously, the rules changed slightly and you could no longer double up on special weapons. But apart from that, it's something I painted back probably in about 2019. So as best as I can remember, having gone back and looked at some of the guides that I followed originally, the armour, the sort of black armour, Abaddon black undercoat, and just a Dark Reaper highlight. If I was doing these again these days, I'd probably do a second highlight on top of the Dark Reaper, maybe even a third highlight. But on these, I just did a Dark Reaper highlight. The green glow effect is Hexwraith Flame. I'm pretty sure Hexwraith Flame had just come out when I painted these guys, which is why they've got quite so much Hexwraith Flame going on. I still think it looks pretty cool. I think they stand up, and I'd be proud to use them. The gold, so this was before I pivoted to using the Pro Aqua Gold, so this would have been Retributor Armor washed with Reikland Flesh Shade, highlighted with Liberator Gold. Again, if I was doing them again now, I'd probably push that with a specular highlight or a point highlight of a silver, but at the time that's what I did. And the red fatigues, a little bit more work gone into those. I think you need a little bit more work to make fabric really look like it's fabric. So they were corn red washed with null oil, and then the old thing of layering back the corn red over most of the null oil, but just leaving it in some of the recesses. And then a highlight of Evil Sun Scarlet, and then a secondary highlight of Fire Dragon Bright. You can really see that Fire Dragon Bright on the fronts of the berets. I think it looks pretty good. I haven't written about the bases here, but the bases, all my Kill Team 2018 teams were based on the Necromunda bases or the Sector Mechanicus bases, depending on the base sizes. At the time, I thought it looked really good. Actually, for Kill Team 2020, I'm not basing things just on standard bases because I want to use them in my 40k army as well, and I absolutely don't have the money or the patience to base an entire 40k army on sort of bespoke plastic bases. But I think they stand the test of time. I think they look pretty good. Hopefully you enjoy looking at them. Again, I haven't gone into how I do faces. I never do in my videos. There's so many better resources out there for how to paint faces. I would just be kind of badly explaining my interpretation of how someone else has shown me in a video how to paint a face. But I'm pleasantly surprised that I'm looking back on models that I painted about 3 years ago now, and I think the faces look pretty good. Yeah, so I'm pretty pleased with these. I'm glad that I dug them out of the cupboard. A little talk. I don't often talk about the fluff and the paint scheme. I did for my Tau stealth suits because they were something I totally made up. These I didn't make up, but I guess the regiment that they are is kind of obscure now. So when Kill Team 2018 came out, they released their kill teams. Now these weren't bespoke kill teams like we have in nowadays in Kill Team 2020, but they were bespoke products for kill teams. So I know some of you that have been playing this game since the 2018 edition, that this is not news to you, but I also know there'll be some people watching the channel who didn't interact with the previous version of the game. So what you used to get a box. You got a sprue of terrain, usually about half of a Games Workshop terrain set. So in this case, you got 2 Militarum containers and some scatter terrain. You got 5 Stormtroopers, which isn't enough to make an entire kill team. It's kind of a slightly pointless set in that regard. And then you got a little booklet that was fluff for them, kind of not totally dissimilar to the fluff section in the Octarius source book and the Chalnath source book that would tell you about that particular set of models and why they were there and why they were fighting. You got a bespoke token set, so you got a version of the cardboard tokens from the core game that were themed. to match your kill team, which I do think is a nice touch, and that is something I'd love to see Games Workshop come back to. It would be great to see when they start to release things individually. If they could put some themed tokens in there, that would be kind of cool. And you also got some cards and things which you needed for that edition of the game that were themed around your new team. I think also you got some scenarios, I want to say. Maybe, I can't remember now. I think you got a couple of missions in there, like narrative missions as well. Technically, the regiment they're from is the Zetic Tigers. I am not an Imperial Guard lore expert anyway, so I don't know if the Zetic Tigers feature in Warhammer 40,000. I don't know if they are one of the... I know that Tempestus Scions can have their own regiment traits in 40k. I don't know if these are models I'd ever want to use in 40k, but I don't know if I could, or if they'd have rules. I don't know. I do like painting things like they come on the boxes quite a lot. I thought these guys were neat. I thought they looked kind of like inquisitorial stormtroopers with the red and the black. They look very kind of classically Imperial in that way that Space Marines generally don't, but everything else in the Imperium does. Lots of blacks and reds. I know that classically Space Marines are like blue, right? But the rest of the Imperium really loves red and black. I know that some people really look down on painting things like they are on the box because it doesn't involve the creative part of the hobby. You don't come up with a paint scheme. I do that sometimes, as you've seen in my Tau Kill Team showcase, but we just let people enjoy their hobby the way they want to enjoy it, right? And, you know, I like to copy the box art and things. If you like to come up with stuff, it's your own, more power to you. I think that's, you know, it's a hobby and everyone should enjoy it in their own unique way, okay? So, to sum up, I've got a few more things to say. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. I know it's been a little bit of a short one. It's hard to go into detail with these old teams. So this is the last one of the teams that I had previously from the previous edition of the game for me to go through. So it's the last showcase video for a while. Obviously, I've got Krieg and Tau that I could paint up at some point potentially and do a video on them. Or I could do another compendium team, decide to paint something up and do a video on it. That might happen, but there's certainly not going to be another showcase video for a little while. I've kind of planned out my painting that I want to do for the foreseeable future. Still on my painting table, actually, is the other 10 novitiates that I want to do, most of which would only be used for 40k, but it will give me those 2 flamethrowers that I badly want to sub into my rosters in Kill Team. I probably won't do a video when I finish those though, because they are painted just exactly the same as my Novitiates Kill Team. I want to do a video, I'm kind of noodling the video about how to teach people Kill Team. So I went up to the north of England over the Christmas break and tried to teach some of my friends to play Kill Team with reasonable success. There's a real question mark there about how much complexity you want to put on, and I really want to do a full video on that, but I was just far too tired today to do something that was quite complicated and cerebral. It's been a very long day at work for various reasons, so that is gonna come either the next video or the video after. And then speaking of future videos, I've decided to try and commit to an upload schedule, so I'm gonna do a video on Wednesday, Friday and Sunday. The reason I want to do them on Friday is because that's usually when Zimbad comes over and we play a game. So usually going to be a battle report on Friday, although Zimbad's had a bad reaction to his COVID booster, so he's not feeling particularly well, so I don't know whether we're going to have a battle report this Friday. I remain hopeful, but we'll have to see. And then Sunday night enables me to make a video. Games Workshop always put up a preview about what's going on pre-order the next week, kind of about 8 PM UK time on a Sunday, sometimes a little bit later. And so if that happens to be a Kill Team release, I have a video there when I can talk about that and react to that. And then Wednesday I just chose because that's kind of in the middle of the week. Yeah, it could have been Thursday. No, sorry, it could have been Tuesday, so it's Tuesday or Wednesday. I just decided to go for Wednesday because it fits in with my work schedule and some other stuff. So hopefully you get 3 videos a week. They're all going to be pretty late up in the day UK time, so be about 9 o'clock by the time this goes up. Yeah, so you can look forward to that. I also think I will make perhaps extra videos if there's some breaking news or some announcement or a preview on a strange day. Then yeah, to do with Kill Team, I will put a video up. I'm not going to pivot to non-Kill Team content. It's obviously very tempting, I think, to go and pivot to 40k content because you've got much more to talk about in terms of stuff Games Workshop is saying, I guess. But I want to keep this focused tightly on Kill Team for the time being. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you've got any ideas, comments or suggestions, please do leave me a comment down below. I read and try and reply to every single comment. If you like the video, click the like button. If you're not already subscribed, please subscribe. It would be great to get to a few more subscribers. Obviously, if we could get to like 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and then we can unlock the community features and do little text posts as well, that would be really cool. Other than that, thank you. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I'll see you again next time. Thank you, everybody.